Welcome. We are here to share values that empower. If you find this content useful, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support is an invaluable source of motivation that helps us move closer to the 20,000 subscriber milestone. Thank you sincerely for being here. This video is fundamentally different from anything you have watched before. This is not a gentle stream of encouragement designed to motivate the person you are right now. This is a surgical procedure. This is a targeted strike designed to delete the weaker, hesitant, and compromised version of you that you have become. To do that, you must first accept a critical, operational truth. Your mind, your very consciousness, has been infiltrated. It has been hacked. The doubt that whispers venom in your ear right before you make a decision. The pervasive fear that paralyzes your ambition into a state of chronic inaction. The hesitation that kills your momentum. The second an opportunity arises, these were not your factory settings. These are invasive programs. They were installed in you, piece by piece, day by day, without your explicit consent. This state of being you inhabit with anxiety. The indecisiveness is not your natural state. It is a conditioned, programmed reality. Think of your mind as a powerful supercomputer, but over the years, malware has been downloaded onto its pristine hard drive. The malware of mediocrity, the virus of self, the background processes of fear that consume all your cognitive RAM. But today, right now, we are initiating a system-wide overwrite sequence. This is how you install a mind hack. This is not a patch. It is a full system upgrade, a new operating system designed to forge you into a faster, smarter, and more fearless version of yourself. I will make you a promise. By the end of this transmission, if you follow the protocols, you will not recognize the person you were when you clicked play. Let me tell you something that will permanently, irrevocably alter the way you see yourself and your place in the world. You were never born to be weak. Weakness, hesitation, and fear are not your nature. They are a feature of the faulty software you are currently running. That instant of hesitation before you act, that flicker of doubt that questions your worth and your capabilities, that wave of analysis paralysis that freezes you in place, none of it is the real you. It is the signature of the virus. These are psychological parasites, coded into your being through years of subtle conditioning. You did not ask for them, you did not approve their installation, but they are there, running your life. To understand what has been lost, you must remember your original state. Consider the mind of a child. A child operates without the virus of fear. A child explores the world with a relentless curiosity that has not yet been beaten down by caution. A child climbs, touches, tastes, and experiments. They fall, they feel a moment of pain, and they get back up. They experience immediately integrated as data, not as trauma. They do not question their intelligence. They do not question their right to exist in a space, to take up room, to make noise. There is no crippling internal monologue asking, am I good enough for this? What will they think of me? What if I fail? That code has not yet been written. But then, slowly, insidiously, the programming begins. It starts with well-intentioned warnings from those who care about you, people who are themselves running the same faulty software. Be careful. Don't take that risk. That's too ambitious. Wait until you're older, smarter, ready. These commands are not just fleeting words. They are lines of code. They bypass your conscious firewall and begin to embed themselves deep within your subconscious identity. The more you obey these commands, the stronger their neural pathways become, like a river carving a canyon through your mind. Over time, you stop questioning their presence. You accept them as truth, as a fundamental part of who you are. I'm just not a confident person. I'm not a risk taker. You have mistaken the program for the programmer. But here is the operational truth, the core of this entire upgrade. What has been installed, what has been written can be over. If fear, doubt, and hesitation are viruses that can be learned, then so are intelligence, confidence, and control. They are all just programs. The only difference is that from this moment forward, you get to choose, consciously, which programs to run. Right now, your mind is running on legacy software. Let's call it Fyros 1.0. It was designed by evolution society with one primary directive: keep you safe, keep you in the tribe. Don't stand out too much. Don't fail publicly. It prioritizes comfort over growth, caution over courage, acceptance over ambition. It is an operating system for survival, not for dominance. But if you want to think with razor-sharp clarity, if you want to act with bold, unapologetic decisiveness, If you want to bend your reality to your will, it is time to install a new system. It is time to upgrade to a new OS. Let's call it the Dominance Protocol. This is a 3-step mental upgrade. A virus works by rewriting code, and that is precisely what we are about to do. We will rewrite the very source code of how your brain processes thought, interprets reality, and initiates action. These are the 3 new command prompts you must install, and you must run them relentlessly until they become your new default setting. Command 1. You will think with speed and precision. Command 2. You will act without hesitation. Command 3. You will author your own identity. Each command is a module, a core piece of the new system. This is not about empty positive thinking or hollow affirmation. This is a tactical, operational procedure. We are not here to cheer you on. We are here to re-engineer you from the inside out. The old system fears valued safety above all else, creating a downward feedback loop of anxiety and inaction. The new system, the Dominance Protocol, values effective action above all else, creating an upward feedback loop of power and evidence-based confidence. This transition will feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is a sign that the upgrade is working. It is the friction of profound, tectonic change. Your brain, so deeply accustomed to the well-worn pathways of the old software, will resist. It will send legacy error messages, signals of fear, waves of doubt trying to pull you back to the familiar, comfortable prison of your past self. Your one and only job is to ignore these legacy signals and execute the new commands. You have been living your life with a cognitive handbrake permanently engaged, with a governor chip limiting the power of your mental engine. We are here today to cut that brake line and to rip out that governor chip. The version of you that is terrified of judgment is a relic of a past system. The version of you that waits for external permission is obsolete code. The version of you that overthinks every minor decision until the opportunity has passed is being uninstalled. From this moment forward, you are the programmer, not the program. You are the architect, not the architecture. The following instructions are not suggestions. They are protocols. Follow them with the precision of a surgeon, and the system will upgrade. Deviate, and you risk a system crash, reverting to the old, inefficient, fear-driven software. The first step in this process is a conscious, deliberate acknowledgement of the infiltration. Say it out loud, understand it, internalize it. My hesitation is not me, it is a program. My fear is not me, it is a program. My doubt is not me, it is a program. You must create a separation between your true consciousness, the observer, the user, and the faulty applications that have been running on your hardware for too long. By creating this disassociation, you reclaim your authority as the system administrator. You gain the power to open the task manager of your mind and terminate these processes at will. This is the foundational mindset. It is the non-negotiable prerequisite for the entire upgrade to take hold. Without this deep understanding, you will continue to identify with your limitations. You will believe the software's bugs are your own, but your limitations are just a set of instructions you've been following on autopilot. Today, you receive a new instruction manual. It is concise. It is potent. It is designed for one purpose and one purpose only: to build a superior machine. The machine is your mind, and you are its master. Prepare your system for the installation of the first module: rapid cognitive processing. We will now deconstruct exactly why most people think slowly, inefficiently, and in circles, and we will provide you with the tactical software to think faster, clearer, and better than 99% of them. This is not hyperbole. It is a matter of superior training and technique. Most people never consciously train their minds. They allow their minds to become a cluttered, chaotic landscape of useless information, digital distractions, and repetitive low-grade worries. You will not be most people. You will become a mental athlete. You will treat your mind with the same ferocious discipline a warrior treats their weapon. The upgrade sequence has been initiated. Do not close this transmission. Let's install the first module. Thinking with speed and precision. Most people are inefficient thinkers. They overanalyze, get stuck in decision loops, and allow distractions to fragment their focus. Instead of solving problems swiftly, they marinate in self-doubt, wasting time and cognitive energy. But intelligence is not just what you know. It is the speed and efficiency with which you process information. The ability to think with clarity, speed, and strategy is what separates the exceptional from the average. If you want to outthink and outperform 99% of people, you must train your mind like an elite mental athlete. The goal is not simply to think more, but to think better, sharper, and faster. The mental framework for faster thinking isn't about rushing decisions. It's about increasing your mental throughput, cutting wasted effort, and making high-level cognitive processes automatic. Here is how it is done. Step 1. Eliminate mental clutter to free up cognitive bandwidth. Your brain is like a computer with finite RAM. If you overload it with useless information, viral news, social media notifications, unnecessary worries, you slow down its processing speed. Aggressively declutter your mental environment. Turn off notifications, minimize digital noise, and curate your information diet with ruthless intent. Prioritize high-value thinking and stop wasting processing power on what doesn't matter. A daily practice of journaling, meditation, or simply scheduling your thoughts can act as a mental defragmentation process. Step 2. Train for pattern recognition. High-level thinkers don't analyze every detail from scratch. They see patterns. The human brain is, at its core, a pattern recognition machine. To enhance your thinking and decision-making, you must train this ability explicitly. First, actively practice connecting disparate fields. See how psychology intersects with persuasion, or how business strategy mirrors military tactics. When faced with a new problem, ask yourself if you've encountered a similar structure before. Look for recurring frameworks, because most problems are repackaged versions of old ones. This trains your mind to find shortcuts to the solution instantly. Second, develop your capacity for first principles thinking. Most people reason by analogy, copying what others do without question. Elite thinkers do not. They break a problem down to its most fundamental truths and reason up from there. Interrogate the core of an issue, challenge every assumption, and refuse to accept things just because that's how it's always been done. Simplify complex ideas to their base components and re-engineer a solution from the ground up. Step 3. Utilize mental models. These models are thinking tools that help you solve problems faster without deep analysis. Instead of starting from zero with every decision, use proven frameworks to quickly find the optimal path. For instance, the 80-20th rule. Recognize that 80% of results often come from 20% of the effort. Focus your energy on that critical 20%. Another model is inversion. Instead of asking how can I succeed, ask how can I avoid failure. This reframes the problem and reveals risks others miss. This is how you outthink 99% of people. They waste mental cycles on trivialities, slow decision-making, and overthinking minor details. They are lost in a sea of information instead of using efficient cognitive system. When you increase your mental processing speed, you solve problems instantly, while others are still hesitating. Now, let's install the second module, the action protocol. Most people hesitate. They tell themselves they will start when they feel ready, speak up when they feel confident, or take the leap when the time is right. But here is the truth. Confidence is not a feeling. It is a result of action. Most people have it backward, believing confidence must come first. You must act your way into a state of confidence, not wait for it. The more you do, the more you feel capable. The more you speak, the more natural it feels. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build through what you do. To overwrite your mental code and become a person of immediate action, follow these commands. When you feel hesitation, do not negotiate with it. Execute. Act first, feel later. Your brain will always find an excuse to delay, so initiate the action before the negative script can even load. Command 2. Speak before you feel confident. If you feel hesitant to speak in a group, make a point to speak first before your mind convinces you to stay silent. Command 3. Move before your brain tells you it's safe. If you are thinking about going to the gym, get up and start moving. Thinking of approaching someone, take the first step before your brain can create doubt. Why does this make you more decisive than 99% of people? Because hesitation is the great divider between leaders and followers. The longer you hesitate, the more power you give your brain to talk you out of it. When hesitation becomes a habit, it becomes your identity. But the moment you invert the response acting instead of waiting, everything changes. You stop overthinking and start doing. You stop feeling stuck and start creating momentum. You stop doubting yourself and start building real, evidence-based confidence. Because true confidence is not the feeling that you are ready. It is the belief that you will figure it out after you've already begun. To install this action habit for the next 7 days, set a rule for yourself. When you feel a moment of hesitation, you must physically move within 5 seconds. Second, speak up in a conversation before your brain tells you not to. Third, every day, do one small thing that makes you uncomfortable. Fourth, make a decision quickly instead of over. By the end of the week, you will notice something powerful. Your hesitation will weaken and your confidence will compound. And suddenly, You will be moving much faster than everyone else around you. You have now installed the first 2 modules. Your processor is faster, and your action protocol is immediate. You are no longer waiting for the world to give you permission. You are taking it. Now, prepare for the final, most crucial installation. Most people live their entire lives inside a box. This box is not made of wood or steel. It is constructed from intangible but incredibly powerful materials. Labels, past experiences, and self-imposed limitations. Inside this box, they repeat the same internal scripts. They think, I'm not a naturally confident person, or I've never been good at public speaking, or I'm just not smart enough to build that. They believe their identity is a fixed, immutable thing, a permanent brand stamped upon their soul at birth. But here is the final, most liberating operational truth. Your identity is not real. It is not a thing. It is a habit. It is nothing more than a collection of your past thoughts, your past behaviors, and your past choices that have, through repetition, formed a predictable script. And the most powerful thing about a script is that it can be deliberately and completely written. To upgrade your identity and permanently delete all limitations, you must internalize this one concept. You are the author. You are the one who decides, every single day, through your actions, who you are going to become. Therefore, you must forget what you think you are. Obliterate your attachment to your past failures. Burn the labels you have given yourself and the ones others have tried to place upon you. Identity is not something you discover. It is something you build. It is something you create. And you do this through a process of conscious, deliberate. You synchronize your actions with the identity of the person you want to become. If you want to be more confident, you must stop waiting to feel confident. You must simply act like a confident person. How does a confident person act? They walk into a room as if they belong there, with purpose in their stride and their head held high. They speak with a calm, measured tone, as if their words have inherent weight and value. They maintain eye contact. You will practice these physical actions until your brain, through the process of neuroplasticity, forges new pathways and begins to associate confidence with your default state of being, not a fleeting feeling you have to chase. If you want to be smarter and more strategic, you must engage with intelligent material and act like an intelligent person. How does a strategic thinker act? They read challenging books that force them to think. They expose themselves to groundbreaking, often uncomfortable, ideas. They actively seek out and associate with other strategic thinkers. You must starve the part of your mind that craves the cheap dopamine of passive content and begin feeding the part of you that thrives on high-quality complex information. Your identity is a reflection of your inputs. Change the inputs to change the identity. If you want to be more dominant in your own life, not over others, but over your circumstances and your own mind, you must practice control. How does a person in control act? They state their opinions with quiet conviction. They make decisions quickly and decisively. They take radical ownership of the outcomes of those decisions, good or bad. They step forward into uncertainty when others hesitate and retreat. At first, your mind-year-old programming will fight back fiercely. It will scream at you. It will tell you that you are an imposter, a fraud. It will say, "Who do you think you are, acting like this? This feeling is normal. It is expected." It is the legacy software detecting a powerful new program and trying to quarantine it as a virus. This is the moment of greatest resistance, and it is the moment you must push through with relentless force. Why? Because on the other side of that resistance lies your new identity. This is the one thing that makes you truly unstoppable. Most people remain trapped for their entire lives by the cage of their old identity, because they believe its bars are real. The moment you truly understand that identity is just a script, a story you have been telling yourself, a story you can edit, delete, and completely rewrite, and will you become limitless. You stop saying, "Well, that's just who I am." Instead, you start asking the most powerful question a human can ask. Who do I want to become today? You stop waiting for the world to grant you permission to be great, and you start authoring yourself into existence, one action at a time. You stop playing small to fit into other people's expectations, and you start acting like someone who has already won the game. The only thing standing between the person you are right now and the person you are capable of becoming is the old, tired script that is still running on autopilot in your mind. Now, here is your final 7-day challenge. The identity upgrade. For the next 7 days, you will not fake it till you make it. You will act as if, you will behave as if you are already the person you wish to become. First, define in writing, with absolute, granular clarity, who that person is. What are their 3 core attributes? How do they walk, talk, think, and make decisions? Second, throughout each day, constantly ask yourself a single question before any significant action. Would the future version of me do this? If the answer is no, you do not do it. If the answer is yes, you do it without hesitation. Third, you will consciously embody the physical and mental state of that future self. Speak, move, and decide as if you are already that powerful, confident, intelligent person. By the end of this week, something profound will happen. You will no longer feel like you are merely playing a role. You will have, through repetitive action, begun to install a new identity at a neurological level. An identity without limits, without hesitation, and without excuses. Finally, we must ensure the upgrade is permanent. The past does not define you, but your daily habits absolutely do. And habits are the building blocks of identity. A new mindset can only survive if it is reinforced every single day, until it becomes your new unconscious default. Here is how to maintain the upgrade and ensure you never revert to the old software. 1. Audio programming. Your self-talk is the background code of your mind. You must rewrite it. Every single day, speak your new commands, your new identity statements, out loud. I act before I feel ready. I think with absolute clarity under pressure. I am not the person I was yesterday. I am the person I choose to become through my actions today. 2. Neural reinforcement. Every day, take one small, deliberate action that directly contradicts your old, limiting identity. Speak up in a meeting where the old you would have stayed silent. Take a small, calculated risk when the old you would have craved safety. This creates new neural pathways and weakens the old ones. 3. Control your mental environment. You are the sum of your inputs. Aggressively eliminate sources and people that reinforce your old identity. Unfollow negative social media accounts. Mute the cynical voices. Distance yourself from those who make you doubt yourself. Consume only information related to strategy, power, execution, and growth. You have absolute power to curate your inputs. The new you does not start tomorrow. It starts now. You are standing at a fork in the road. Path 1 is the path of comfort. You can ignore this transmission, close this video, and continue to live as the old version of yourself. A version programmed by external forces. A version defined by fear and hesitation. Path 2 is the path of fire. You execute this upgrade. You begin, right now, to think faster, act bolder, and live without the chains of a pre-written identity. In just a few weeks of following these protocols, you will look in the mirror and see a different person staring back. If you take action today, the mind virus of power, confidence, and control has already begun to spread. You will think differently, you will act differently, and the world will be forced to respond to you differently. Your mind is a machine. Seize control of the software to dictate the outcome. Execute the upgrade. Now, hope you loved this video. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you are new and not yet subscribed, do you won't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to not miss any of our useful videos daily. Thank you for watching and good luck on your journey.